at school rode an Arab pony called Starlight. Starlight had become a symbol of perfection for me.
He's in good nick.
Ain't he just?
Get a move on, Alan. Bet you can jump all right.
You know the lane past Elf Barker's house? Well, we was going down the hill full pelt, and he didn't take the turn, so he jumped the gate.
Geez, that'd be about 4 feet.
Flew right over it.
He's the best horse in Taralla.
You can say that again.
Well, how'd you go at school today?
Good. We got to learn a poem, The Man from Snowy River. He sent the Flintstones flying, but the pony kept his feet and cleared the fallen timber in his stride. And the man from Snowy River never shifted in his seat. It was grand to see that mountain horseman ride. Through the
stringy barks and saplings on the rough and broken ground, down the hillside at a cracking pace he went. But he never drew the bridle till he'd landed safe and sound at the bottom of that terrible descent.
You know it, Dad?
Just bits of it. But the bloke who wrote that sure knows what writing's all about.
Did it really happen?
What happened in his head, and in a poem, that's all that counts.
Dad, if I give Kate a brush and saddle her, will you lift me up? I could just sit on it.
Yeah, if she shied, you'd have no hope of staying put.
She wouldn't shy, Dad. She knows me.
That's got naught to do with it. You don't ride unless you can use your legs.
I can use one of them. Bit.
And if she threw you, and your foot got caught in the stirrup iron, you know that's how Ted Mason got killed. That horse dragged him half a mile, banging his head against the trees. It's not worth that risk, son. See, the problem is, you want to do what I can do, and I want to do what you can do.
I can't do anything.
Yes, you can. You've got a good head for figures. That's for a start. And you can read and write better than me. Look, son, there's certain things a bloke, he wants to do them, but he just can't. And you've got to make up your mind to that. Just chuck the idea. You don't have to sit on horses to love them.
I could, Mum, I know I could. It'd be easy. I'd get the feel of it again.
We'll have to wait till your legs get better, love.
They won't get better. Ever.
What if you come off and broke your arm? How'd you get about? You couldn't use your crutches.
I'd mend.
If your father won't let you on a horse, he's got a good reason, Alan. Do you think he likes saying no? He's always wanted to see you ride. Makes him sad, too, that you can't. So don't make things hard for him as well as for yourself, eh, love?
Teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear. Come on.
Look out. Do you want to get thumped again?
Hey, Bob, are you on our side?
Yeah, when I get back.
Cripes, can't he do without a drink for once?
Nope.
I'll take him, Bob.
Will you?
I don't mind.
Good-o. I'll just fix the saddle for you.
Guess I'll just walk him. No use rushing him.
Sure.
Here, give us a leg up, will you?
Here we go. In a minute.
No, you got to pull at the same time as he pushes.
Yeah, I know.
Get your leg over.
Oh.
You right? Just hold on to the saddle and let him have his head. He knows the way.
would you, fella? Hey, hold it!
How did he go?
Pretty good. I'll take him again tomorrow.
Come on, boy.
Come on, Starlight. G'day, Mrs. Carmichael. Is Joe about, please?
Round the back. You run along and get him. It's time he took the ducks down the pond. I'll get you. I'll get you, Andy. He pinched me Shanghai, Mum.
Oh, so what? Let the child have a loan of it.
Let's go get the ducks. Come on, yeah. That's apis. Them's very delicate. They die if you put them in a bottle.
Where do they go if the pond dries up?
God only knows. You told your old man yet about your writing?
No. No, wait till I can do it better.
Cripes, just as well you mentioned it. I might have spilt the beans not knowing like.
I can ride a horse. I'm good at it.
You're not.
I've been on my dad's bay mare.
You just sat on her. That's not riding.
It is.
No,
It is.
it's not. I'm gonna bloody kill you. I've had enough of you.
I'm gonna tell Mum.
You just sit on him! That's not riding. Come on, trot! Trot, trot! Come on! Hey, hold it! Hold it, boy! Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Hey, stop! Stop, boy! Stop! Don't be in such a hurry, boy. Nearly had me tossed.
But I still had no control over the reins. I could not rein the pony in or direct him. Before dropping off to sleep at night, I designed saddles with sliding grips on them, with backs like chairs, with straps to bind my legs to the horse. But when I was on Starlight's back, I realized these saddles would not help me. I had to learn to balance myself without the aid of my legs, to ride without holding on.
No doubt you've been under the misconception, Marshal, that I've been unaware of your equestrian activities. I'm surprised your father hasn't put a stop to them. Still, that's his affair. You'll never make a rider, Alan. That's the truth. You may as well face up to it. Devote yourself to your studies, boy. Cease your endeavours to outdo the man from Snowy River, McIntyre. And accept that God in his wisdom has decreed you find your destiny behind a desk, not in a saddle.
Gotcha.
I was just waiting for you here.
Like hell you were.
How you going, Alan?
You all set?
Yep. You go off home, Andy.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
Mum said I could.
Look, we'll be going a long way. We're off to the crater.
You'll be scared.
And tired.
No, I won't.
If you start moaning, I'll belt you one. We'll be so far away, Mum won't hear you yelling. Come on. Ruffy. Come on. Come on. Cripes, there's Stephen Skeeter. Did you see any rabbits go in? Will you give me a go?
Feel down the burrow.
Anybody puts his arm down a rabbit hole's a fool.
Like snakes? No, you're scared of snakes. Oh, I can feel the end of it.
It's a breeding bar.
Where you going then?
Up the crater.
Well, let's get a move on then.
What's he doing here? What with him and Ellen will be slow as snails.
Yeah, why'd you bring your brother?
Because I brought him, that's why.
I can smell a fox.
Cripes, you haven't stopped again, have you?
Alan smelled a fox.
He must have just passed. Let's follow him up, Joe.
Waste of time.
Yeah, if there's a fox, the dogs would be off on his trail. I reckon the blackies lived down there once.
You seen where they've been if you went down.
Old Tucker found a black fella's axe up here once.
That's nothing. I know a fellow's got half a dozen.
I'm going halfway down.
Come on, I'll go. It'll be fun.
You coming?
What about you?
No. Me crutches won't grip on the rocks. I'm coming too.
No, you stay here with Alan.
I'm coming.
You can't walk down there, you're too small.
I can walk like anything.
We won't be long.
Come on, Alan, come on.
time the hell are you going to get back up there again?
No, I'll get up easy.
Must be 3 o'clock. I've got to bring home the ducks.
Is the ground soft down there, like what you thought?
Nah, it's just like it is on top. Look at them. They're talking about us.
We can hear.
Who are you talking to?
Not to you, anyway. Be a waste of time. Did you hear me give it to them? Let them go. Who cares, anyway?
Yeah, a pair of them couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag.
I could, couldn't I?
Sure as anything. Let's get going. I've got to get them ducks.
No one's ever going to believe I've been down here.
Just shows what fools they are.
No.
We're nearly there.
Wonder if a horse could get down here.
Hey, Skeeter! Look out!
Cripes, did you ever see the like? They might have killed us. Come on.
I'm right.
Better make a move, or Mum will skin me about them ducks.
You off to bed, son?
Yeah.
You push yourself too hard, you know. There's no point to it. Alan, even a champion horse has got to be spelled going up a long hill. When you're done, chuck him in and lie down.
All right, love. I've got you. Oh. Why did you stay closer to the house, love? You get that tired when you go so far.
Getting tired's nothing, Mum.
Here's the liniment for your legs. Dr. Fitzsimmons' embrocation.
There's enough bottles.
12? Enough for a whole year. You've got to use it twice a day.
This stuff would get a dead horse back on its feet. It smells like what I use for sprained ligaments.
Look at all the letters saying how good it is.
Yeah, well, you know, wrote these, don't you? It stands to reason. This Fitzsimmons bloke himself.
Just hope he won't get sick again. He tries too hard.
It'd be much easier if he could ride a horse.
Well, he can't, that's all there is to it.
He could ride side saddle, couldn't he? He'd hardly need his legs.
It's not just his legs. His bent spine, he'd never find his balance. If he fell off and got hurt, I'd never forgive myself. Either ride well or you don't ride at all.
What's Starlight's canter like?
Haven't you cantered him yet?
So what?
Cripe's been riding him for months.
Canter's like a rocking horse. You never leave the saddle.
His trot ain't bad either. When he steps out, you're going places.
Yep.
And he's got brains. He never forgets a thing. And that's what my old man always says. They don't forget, especially Arabs. Now, if you hit him with a whip, gee, he'd sulk. You'd really make a jib of him.
Well, you just clap him with your heels and he'll canter straight away.
Come on, boy, come on. Whoa there. We did it, boy. We did it, see?
After that, I cantered each day until I felt secure, even when he turned sharply at the school gate. But I was still clinging to the pommel of the saddle. I had no means of guiding Starlight. I had to go along the track he favoured.
No, Starlight, no! Not there! Ah!
Ruth, what's wrong?
He went up alone and dragged me leg against a barbed wire fence.
Why'd he do that? He's never done that before.
I don't know.
Hell, you need a doctor. Your leg's all crook.
Fix it up down the back before the others see you.
Do you reckon someone's got a handkerchief?
Percy's sure to have one. Did he play up a bit?
No, it's my own fault. Trouble is I can't guide him, see? Still can't use the reins.
You better find a way.
Yeah, I know.
What are you going to tell your mum and dad?
Nothing.
But your mum rubs your legs each night, you said.
Yeah, well, I had to do it myself now, won't I?
Anyway, that leg was never any good to you.
Oh, blast it! Blast that stupid leg. Here, boy.
There's 5 eggs in here.
We'll just bring one down. Hey, watch it.
Yeah, I'm right.
I don't know. Fella can't trust you climbing. I'll be blowed if I can. Well, you ain't dead, that's the main thing. What do you think it's from?
Oh, probably from a cuckoo strike.
Might be from a plover.
No, their nest's on the ground. I reckon you ought to get a book. Leach's bird book, that's the best. Mrs. Carruthers has got it. Once Peter Finlay showed it to my father.
Well, what do you think? Will we keep going?
Yeah.
There'll be hundreds of rabbits around here, you can tell.
Alan,
Dummy, here. You keep back in.
I want to stop with you.
If you start howling now, you'll rouse every rabbit for miles.
There won't be a rabbit here anyway. Look, you come with me, Andy. I'll go up to Barker's fence and stop him come through the pop hole. Don't let the dogs go till I'm right. Come on, Andy. Now, you sit there and stop them coming through.
What if they charge me?
Oh, charge be blowed. Right, I've blocked the hole with Andy.
Go, fetch him now.
Go, Ellen! Go, Dummy!
Dream Dummy, go, keep going.
Get him, Ellen! Come on, you beauty!
Go on, Dummy.
Round there, get him round!
Go on, Dummy, keep going.
Come on, round! That's him, snatch him, Ross, get
Go on,
him!
Dummy, go.
Oh, Tops, go, go!
Go on, Dummy, kill him. Go on, Dummy, go.
Come on! Round there, get him round! Go on, Dummy! Go on, Dummy!
Dream Dummy, go on, keep going.
Get him, Ellen! Sully, boy, Sully!
Soon.
Come on, get around there! Get him, Ellen!
Go on, Dummy, keep going.
Come on! Round! That's him! Sketchy, boy, sketchy!
Go on, Dummy, go. You'll lose him in there for sure.
Alan! Alan!
He's been staked.
Alan!
Mother just told me. Oh, it's a good death, son.
Just hope it was quick.
Oh, he wouldn't know it, did he? Wherever he is, he'll still be running. But he'd be upset if he could see you now.
I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, I know. You still got Meg.
Well, it isn't young Alan. How are you, child?
All right.
Is your father home? Tell him I want a word with him.
Mary? It's Mrs. Carruthers at the gate. Go and ask her to come in. She might like a cup of tea.
Oh, she wouldn't.
There's no harm in being polite and asking.
Do I look all right?
Of course you do. No, I won't be staying. Thank your mother for the thought. It's most kind of her. I'm on my way to a meeting of the Band of Hope.
How's this fella been?
Very well. Don't you agree, Finlay?
He hasn't put a foot wrong since you broke him in.
Oh, well, he's by the abbot. All his get are the same. Always up on the bit.
You're too modest. The best horse can be spoilt by faulty breaking. That's what my husband used to say.
Well, as long as you're satisfied.
I am. And I have a proposition I'd like to put to you, Mr. Marshall. I have some important visitors staying with me this week. They're from the old country and are anxious to get a glimpse of the real Australia. I thought an exhibition of your riding skills might be of interest to them.
What, they've not seen a man on a horse before?
Of course they have. They all ride themselves, to hounds, but bush riding's different. Naturally, there'd be a remuneration for your efforts.
Oh, now how much do you have in mind?
Well, you let me know the fee, and I'll consider it.
Walk on. Walk on now. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on.
Party. Hell with the old damn lot of them.
She's not so bad.
No, I got no time for Mrs. Ironmighty.
Done a lot of good in Tarala.
So she ought to. And she owns most of it.
She's always willing to help someone who's in trouble.
But not for nothing.
She was very kind when Alan was in hospital.
Real Australia. We'll have a look in our pantry. That'll show where the real Australia is.
Oh, Bill, we're not that badly off.
No, not as bad as some I know. Up to the hilt in debt to her.
Aren't you going then, Dad?
When does she want you to come?
Day after tomorrow.
Well, I suppose you could say you're too busy.
Can't afford to snub her. Lose her custom.
Oh, you wouldn't. You're the best horseman in the district and she knows it.
$10 bob. Suppose I could do it for $10 bob. What do you think?
Well, she might feel it's too much.
It's $10 bob or nothing. That's cheap for the real Australia. Guess I'd have to get dressed up for the part. Man ought to go as Ned Kelly, give them all a real scare.
What horse will you take?
Well, gay girl's the only one who'll buck if you just touch her on the flanks. Well, doesn't she look a picture?
So do you.
Come on, girl. Let's go shopping.
Looks like there's been some hospitality.
How was it, Dad?
Oh, you don't really want to know?
Oh, yes, we
Hey?
do. Come on, tell us.
Oh, did we show 'em? Gay girl and I. Can she buck? She jumped like a kangaroo.
Have you had something to eat?
Oh, yeah, but I feed, thanks, love. Oh. Well, there they all were, sitting up there in their big wide veranda, sipping their drinks quietly, my lords and my ladies.
Were they pretty?
The ladies? No, I can't say as they were. Nowhere near as pretty as your mum, and that's for certain. Well, I come round that bend of the barroom gate, flat out. Takeoff wasn't bad. Bit of gravel, but enough dirt to get a grip. And I balanced until she was steady in a stride and then put her at it. Well, up she went. I went up with her to save her all the weight I could. Well, I don't stop a clout with the back legs, but she's in a stride to bound from where she lands. And I'm sitting on a snug as a brand.
And what did Mrs. Carruthers have to say?
Well, I reefed her back there on her haunches, the horse that is, right smack in front of the ladyship. But she's pulled over and tried to rip me off against a tree. Well, I flattened that against the ribs and she's bounded up onto the veranda.
Did she hurt herself?
What, her? No, never. But every time she twists around, she's kicking over chairs and tables and glasses of grog going everywhere.
No.
There's blokes jumping up, women screaming. There's other blokes jumping up with looks on their faces like they're going to be heroes. Women hanging on to them. It was like the ship going down. Send out the lifeboats. Kiss me goodbye, God save the king. Oh, you never seen the like. And just before I quieted her, I knocked Sir Frederick Salesby head over turning on a bunch of peacocks.
Oh, Bill.
Did all this really happen, Dad? Is it true?
Yeah, of course it is. Ah, well, no. No, not all of it.
Not lying, though.
I was telling a funny story. I reckon it's good to make people laugh. Save Island's enough to cry about.
Go and unsaddle it for you, Dad.
Ah, thanks, girl.
I had often tried to ride with only one hand clinging to the pommel of the saddle, but the curvature of my spine made me lean to the left, so that I was liable to fall in that direction. On this day, I discovered that the surcingle could be the answer to my problems.
Come on, drop.
For the first time, I felt completely safe.
Never better.
How'd he go?
Oh, I can guide him now.
Nothing to stop you now. You can tell your old man you can ride.
Yeah. But I still got to learn how to mount by myself, and I've got to get him used to my crutches.
Be no problem?
No. Not with him.
Well, you look like all your birthdays have come at once. What happened?
Oh, nothing.
You see that new horse in the yard? Mrs. Carruthers wants me to get it ready for the show.
I reckon a well-built horse is the best sight you can see. Makes you feel good to look at him. Bob Carlton's got a narrow pony. Teach him anything.
Yeah?
When I grow up, I'll have a horse like that.
Well, I've been thinking, son. Might put Kate in the harness for you. Then we get your gig. I reckon you make a good driver, son. You got good hands.
I like riding better. Dad?
Yep.
Were you ever scared?
I think fools don't get scared ever, son.
No, I mean scared that you'd fall off a horse.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Just I was scared of my teacher. Well, I was. He used to drink something fierce. Then it's thirsty country up there in New South Wales. That sun beats down that red sand, you could cook eggs on it. But it's got something, though. Get away up there on a pine ridge, light a fire, man feels content. I don't know why. We can find a way to stop them going into the sand and get you up there for a look.
Oh, I might need me crutches, Dad. Never know. Might get a new set of legs. Reckon I can do it the way I swing over the gate at home. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
You gotta hold Starlight, Bob.
Down, all of you.
But, sir, Alan must have come off.
That horse is dangerous.
Oh, you just got a fright when you came from behind the tree.
But you shouldn't be riding, Alan. What did your poor mother say? Oh, now, promise you won't do it again. Because it'll be the death of you.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Day, Miss Colin.
You're not going to get back on again.
Well, you've got to after you come off.
Come on, or Tucker will be wild. She's going to tell your mum.
Will you let me take him home? I've got to get there before she does.
Good-o.
Hey, Dad! Look at me! Yeehaw! Come on, get up there, boy! Yahoo!
You see me, Dad? You said I'd never ride. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Did you run too fast from the house?
It's you all over again.
I've only had one, Buster, and that was today when he shied.
Does he feel safe on him?
Safe as a bank.
Your back don't hurt?
No, not a bit.
You will be careful, won't you, Alan? I love to see you ride, but I don't want to see you fall.
Can you get on enough?
Joe's coming with me crutches after school, so I'll show you then.
Good. He's a fine horse.
What do you think, Dad? I can ride, can't I? See, this is where I hold on.
Hey, listen, Alan. You come down that paddock like a bull at a gate. You don't want to ride like that. Think of your horse. A good rider doesn't have to prove anything. You can ride, but just take it quietly. You don't want to show off with it. Horse is like a man. He's at his best when he gets a fair deal. You're a good bloke, Alan. I like you. I reckon you're a good rider.